I think the most fun part for Elizabeth and I is continuing owning our point of sale basically with the online stuff is we get to create curated collections for any reason. We can do because I said so box. We can do
sports related boxes, I think Oscar night boxes, other local partnerships. So I think if anyone is listening here who would like to connect for perhaps a local partnership, we would love to hear ideas.
Yeah, obviously we partner with local distillers and food, but we didn't mention this, but we also partner with local food products. So that espresso martini, we use Taza chocolate. They're really beautiful chocolates here out of Somerville, Massachusetts. We have some specialty flavors that are seasonal. We use Simma's Bakery cheesecake and our spirited raspberry cheesecake. So we're looking for all types of partners, but also with our collection boxes, we have some partners who aren't in food at all that we just like to include for our birthday box.
You're listening to Brainwork Framework, a business and marketing podcast brought to you by focus-biz.com.
Welcome back to another episode. With us today are two very special guests, Elizabeth Nash and Nisreen Galloway, co-founders of their company, Crème de Liqueur. It's a women-owned small dessert company in Wisconsin and Massachusetts that produce liquor-infused frozen custard and sorbet. So excited to have you ladies on. How are you doing?
Oh, so well. Yes. Thank you so much for having us on this podcast. So excited.
Absolutely. So how do these two, one Midwest, one East Coast, come together and form this crazy idea to put liquor inside of ice cream? Tell us more about what you were doing before that kind of brought you into what you're doing now.
Well, yes, I'm Elizabeth. I'm the one who's from the Midwest. I'm originally from Wisconsin, so hence frozen custard. It has to be frozen custard. It's basically a religion out here. And a little bit of the yummy backstory behind Crème de Liqueur is growing up, I had these two wonderful family friends who lived just down the road from us. And we'd go over there for these dinner parties that they had. And they're both European, and their dinner parties kind of reflected that. They would have European cuisine. And I just noticed every time I went over there from a very young age, it was everything that a dinner party should be. It was low lighting, low music, delicious food. Everybody was invited, always a different mix of people, and great conversation that lasted long into the night. And for dessert, what they would serve was this lemon sorbet with a shot of vodka on the side for pouring over, and I was having that ever since I was real young. And so whenever I started thinking about this beautiful dinner party atmosphere, that is what I wanted to create. And so then I meet Nisreen, who actually has a very similar backstory.
Yeah, so growing up, my family also had a little bit of a ritual with ice cream and spirits, albeit a little less fancy as Elizabeth's. So my dad used to create sundaes on Sunday. They were Rocky Road, peanuts, cornflakes, and then he had a big bottle of scotch on the counter that he'd pour over a little bit of. So I was used to seeing a little bit of that spirits and ice cream blend anyways, a little bit more lowbrow, but just as delicious. So when Elizabeth and I met, we decided to bring this product to life in a pint. So there begins the birth of Crème de Liqueur. We are in our 4th year of business, which is bananas, which I think is real.
Nice.
Yes, yeah. And it's been quite a journey. We started out of the gate selling at our first farmers market in Wisconsin, Cathedral Square Farmers Market.
Cathedral Square Farmers Market.
Yes, and somewhere out there is footage of Elizabeth and I doing a happy dance the first time we sold to strangers, which was...
It was a very long road getting to that point. As you can imagine, we are a frozen product, we're a liquor-infused product, we're a dairy product, so name the piece of red tape that we've had to cross.
A lot of challenges.
A lot of challenges, yes. So we spent a lot of COVID on the phone.
Yes, what does it take to kind of get that started? So you're at your farmer's market, you have your first sale, that's great. And then take me through the years as you're kind of building and growing this idea together.
So before we were able to sell our first pint, Elizabeth and I seek knowledge as much as we can. So before we even brought a product to life, we learned all the ins and outs of professionally making ice cream. We figured out exactly what we were allowed to do with putting alcohol in ice cream, what were the federal regulations, the state regulations, the city regulations. Surprise, there's all of them.
And they change every few miles, it seems.
became, our guiding light, making sure that was all set away. So that took quite a lot of time in the pandemic in the beginning part of our business. So while we were doing all that, Elizabeth was also over there perfecting the flavors we were going to launch with formulation. And one big thing that's been central to us as we've been continuing to grow is using local as much as possible. So even from our very beginning flavors, Elizabeth can speak more to that too. Local has been something we've been thinking through, from flavor choices and partners and all that.
Local is always more delicious. And starting in Wisconsin, not sure if Nisreen mentioned this, but we started in Wisconsin, and then a few months later, Nisreen, who lives in Massachusetts, she started the same production in Massachusetts. And one thing that Wisconsin and Massachusetts have in common is we're big foodie states. I mean, just the amount of local food, local love that we get here, and obviously Wisconsin's got all this dairy of obsession and spirits obsession, so it was really easy for us to find wonderful local partners to work with. Yeah, so speaking of the flavors that we have, we started off with our flagship four, a few of them being our chocolate brownie bourbon frozen custard, and the bourbon that we use in that is from Central Standard Distillery, which is in the heart of Milwaukee. We love working with them. We've worked with them for years. And then there's fudgy brownie bites in it, and that is such a rich, decadent flavor. I think that's still our most popular flavor in Wisconsin, our bestseller, but not by much, because in second place we've got our vanilla bean horchata, and that is made with horchata rum, and then there's cinnamon and real vanilla bean in it. That one might be my favorite, just because it's so subtle. There's the same amount of alcohol in it, but because it's horchata, it's more subtle, and I take scoops of that and put it in hot coffee. Sexy affogato. Ooh, I love that. And then we have really some fun ones which have a more Massachusetts flair to it, like the espresso martini, which is also chocolate custard. And then there's real ground espresso in it. And every few bites you get chocolate covered espresso beans. So you get a big crunch from that. And we have a local partner in Massachusetts for that. So it's local, delicious, delicious, delicious. Really wide ranging flavor profile, from subtle to more liquor forward, vanilla based, chocolate based, different spirits in each and every one of our flavors. We're really proud of this range that we've created and continue to create.
It is. I was just going to say, it is some really good ice cream, because all the events I've gone to, I'll try one flavor because it sounds real good. And I'm like, oh my God, that is amazing. The best I've ever had. And then I come back and I'm like, I think I want to try this one now. And then I come back and I'm, you guys, I was wrong about the first one. This one is the next favorite one. And I think for me, it was actually the espresso one, because the coffee beans in there, the espresso beans, just the flavor. But yes, all those different flavors, they really just complement each other nicely. It doesn't overpower another. You just really taste the flavor, and there's just that essence of the liquor in there, and I'm like, man, this is just the perfect combination.
Thank you. Oh, that's just made my day hearing that. And I think this is a good place to really state how you get the essence of the alcohol in it. And there is a real amount of alcohol in each and every flavor. Nothing is cooked off. Nothing is artificially flavored. We're not the 0.05% ABV. Like, this is a product that is strictly for the adults, and we only sell to the 21 plus, which is something we're very proud of. And of course, we hold to that. That was yet another hurdle for us to crush through.
Yeah, so you asked a little bit about how the last 4 years have been going, and for Elizabeth and I, it's definitely been a length of lessons learned and big wins and big learnings and stuff as we go along. So right out of the gate, we started selling direct to customer at farmers markets and pop-up events. But we always knew we wanted to see our product in retail stores. And so that was definitely something we went for immediately. We started speaking to local specialty grocery stores on the East Coast and in the Midwest, just because we knew that those places also cared about local. We're a women and minority-owned small business, so we knew that would be a great fit there. So we got into a few different shops, both in Massachusetts and Wisconsin within our first year, which was super exciting. And as Elizabeth said, our product is one for celebrations, too. So we knew that restaurant would also be a good fit for us. We also had started selling in food service. I think our first restaurant account was in Massachusetts, South Boston, which is no longer there, but they were one of our first partners and had us on the menu. I remember sending photos to Elizabeth, our flavors up there and our name, like, oh, we did Like those super.
It's a
Same
big
thing with being
moment.
in the retail stores. Yes, our very first grocery store in Wisconsin was the Nearing Syndics on Downer Avenue. I'm sure many listeners are very familiar with that iconic shop, and they really help support local there. And so seeing us in the freezer section there with our name on the door, and there are pints, and they were moving real fast too. So that was just a wonderful experience.
Wow. And then building and growing that together, you have your first spot for retail. What does it look like now? Have you guys expanded? Are you in multiple states? I mean, that's just an incredible feat on its own.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we're in just under 70. Is that right? Retail locations across New England and Wisconsin. So we're sold in about 4 states right now: Wisconsin, New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts. So the fun thing, as Elizabeth spoke about, the journey of Crème de Liqueur involves hurdles and red tape, is every state has different allowances for spirits in food. So we have to go state by state and figure out what everybody's unique requirements are.
We've always wanted to comply with every rule. There are some products out there that simply aren't doing that, and we want to stay compliant because we have full intention to grow and grow and grow, and so we always want to be compliant.
And am I right or wrong to assume that Wisconsin has the most lenient as far as how much alcohol? Like, there's no rules.
It's been super funny to see, like, exactly. The most interesting part in all the legal journey has been, like, who has a very specific law about this thing? And I think one interesting part is just, like, in New England, because it's some of the older states, right? There's some very specific unearthed laws about these things. So it's been really interesting to, like, continue to figure out the compliance and all that and grow steadily. But yes, we're in a few regional grocery chains in Wisconsin. We're in Sendex, which we're very excited about. We've been there for a little over a year now. And then in New England, we're in a good host of specialty grocery stores. So that's been great. We still sell a little bit to some food service and restaurants, but our big exciting thing is we have started shipping online. So we do ship to 12 states now. You can get custom online shipping, curated collections of pints. So you can choose your flavors, send them to yourself, send them to friends, family, birthday boxes.
This is the perfect gift for friends, family, yourself. And we'll mention this again at the end, but the website is cheers2icecream.com because our company name, Crème de Liqueur, it's very fun to say. It's hard to spell, though. So Crème de Liqueur, which you can find at cheers2icecream.com. And just like Nisreen was saying, you can build your boxes with all sorts of flavors, including, I mentioned the frozen custards earlier. We also have sorbets available, and the sorbets are dairy and egg-free. We have things like a margarita sorbet that's made with tequila and a lemon drop sorbet that's made with vodka. That reminds me of my backstory with the lemon sorbet and the shot of vodka. It's exactly like that. And they're just really light and bright and tangy, so you can build your boxes with these flavors. And then we also have just launched, we're so excited about it, our new flavor, our brandy old fashioned, Wisconsin. And our big partner with that is Drink Wisconsibly's brandy is inside of that. And then there's cherries and oranges in it, and it's just very reminiscent of the drink. We even have bitters inside of it, so you get that real cocktail experience. If you're not familiar with the brandy old fashioned, it's very Wisconsin specific. It's the most delicious version of an old fashioned. That's not an opinion. And it's made with brandy, obviously. It's much sweeter. It's fruit forward. And this is a frozen custard, our vanilla base. And so we've started this flavor. We're launching it as an online only exclusive. So you can get that box. It ships with 3 pints of the ice cream. And then you get a tea towel that says, "Call me old fashioned" on it from Drink Wisconsibly. And then a few other surprises. So that is perfect as a gift to somebody who might be missing Wisconsin, perfect for Thanksgiving tables. They're perfect as a Christmas gift. So really looking forward to that launch.
It sounds absolutely delicious.
Yeah, the online boxes allow us to have like a lot of fun and customization and that component, which is what's really exciting for Elizabeth and I. We're really excited about our retail partnerships and being able to be in the store. So when you're picking up, your pie or your regular groceries and you just need your indulgent treat, we're right there in the freezer aisle alongside all the other ice cream. But one interesting thing too that we're really proud of is Liquor-Infused frozen custard, or if not the first, one of the only brands in the US, but it's really new, right? So it's a lot of education for customers and people about what exactly is liquor-infused frozen custard. On the East Coast, I also have to explain what frozen custard is a little bit, but once people try it, I don't care what you call it, I'll take a whole pint.
Yeah, and if any listener is not familiar with frozen custard, it's the ice cream times 10. It's ultra luxurious, extremely smooth, extremely creamy. It's got a higher egg yolk content in it, which just makes it much like luscious. Luscious is the word. We'll just go with that.
What was the transition from kind of being like the, pop-up markets, the retail, and then you're almost doubling the amount of states you can sell to by going online? Have you seen a big increase in your sales? Or is this more like your kind of tried and true customers are just ordering more because now they can have it conveniently sent to their home?
Yeah, we're excitingly at the beginning of our journey with online shipping right now. So what we're seeing is a mix of customers who have kind of always asked us to be online, be able to get our product now, which is super exciting. And then we're also meeting some new friends in the frozen custard world, which is really cool. So from a business perspective, Elizabeth and I are testing out some new marketing methodologies and stuff like that, doing more intense like paid media and some more like SEO stuff. And so that's been really exciting to see how that's going to impact our brand. If we haven't said it already, for the last 4 years, the entire Crème de Liqueur department are these two lovely women you're looking at right now.
Hey.
That includes everything from flavors,
Social,
packaging, social, everything. We were both in the kitchen. We were both scooping, distributing, like everything.
Shilling. Lots of shilling.
I think we brought in a co-manufacturer around year 3 for a few SKUs, just 3 or 4. We still manufacture a good chunk of flavors for food service and our specialty flavors. And then we did pick up a regional distributor in New England at the latter half of year 2. So we've been steadily kind of building our team, and we're really excited about continuing to do that and see how that continues to impact the company as we scale. So
it really is a journey. Like there's always something next, something new, always more that you're trying to striving. And just to experience and be a part of that journey, it's incredibly fun. Being a business owner for 10 plus years, I mean, we didn't know what we didn't know at that time, but man, the knowledge that we collect along the way, the friends, partnerships, relationships that we build. It's just good that we build each other up and share that knowledge with each other, because then you can share that with others too and just help build this shop local, support the community sort of mentality with everybody.
Absolutely. I think Elizabeth and I have bonded a lot over farmers markets. For anybody listening who's ever done a farmers market, we all know that you get there, when the customers get there at 9 a.m., we're all smiling and happy. But before then, when you're setting up the tent, sometimes in the pitch dark because it's like winter and the sun isn't setting early anymore, in coolers and all types of stuff. There's this sense of looking around at other local small business owners, right, where it's really just we're all just really doing this. I don't know. There's something to be said about that, community and the understanding. And go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yes, exactly. We're all really doing it. We're all sometimes shoestring budgets. Sometimes you have to show up though, and it's really exciting to get in front of the customers. One thing I'm really excited about for these e-com world that we found ourselves in is, as we were building up this business, and going into retail and going into farmers markets, we were often learning lessons as we go, which I'm really proud of that. We didn't really let a lot of stuff stop us. We were kind of just barreling through. And I think we've taken a lot of the lessons and the experience that we've gotten from the last 4 years, and we've put them into place even before jumping into this online world. So now we have, like Nisreen was saying, we have all these good paid ads and social presence really built up. So I'm excited that we've built up all this knowledge to use as we go into this world of e-com.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think you guys have the right mindset, the always be learning mindset. There's no challenge that you can't just, hey, if we put our heads together and figure this out, make something happen, you can make things happen. When you're out there in the heart of winter setting up, you see other people doing it and other business owners going through that struggle. You're like, okay, we're not alone. We're doing this. If they can do it, we can do it. We got this. And you just continue to push forward year after year after year.
Yeah, absolutely. Elizabeth and I often say we'll be smarter tomorrow whenever we fail. Yeah, definitely a methodology that we've grown our business by, especially with all the red tapes and hurdles. And there's few other brands out there doing what we do. There's even less doing exactly what we do. So we're always learning and always learning. As business owners, you see the the benefits and the value in learning from businesses that are not like your own too. What lessons have somebody learned outside of food that you could bring into the CPG product space and all that. So I know that that's been like big for us too as we continue to grow. Like, oh, that person did this thing. Like, let's see how that might work with our kind of product and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what I really love about Crème de Liqueur is we get to be the elegant and the fun and the sexy product. So we get to talk about it in that capacity. We like to say that you should just always have a pint of Crème de Liqueur in your freezer because you never know what the night holds. You never know when you'll want to elevate a moment, whether that's just for yourself or somebody's coming over, or you just want to make a moment even more special. Pull out the Crème de Liqueur.
Absolutely. And for you guys, have you considered, now there's like cannabis infused products and some are, hemp derived products, and how does it work together? Does it kind of draw awareness to these fun sort of food edibles? Or do you see any sort of future where cannabis makes its way into your delicious ice cream?
More red tape. I'd be amazed. We get that question a lot, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be very interested in that kind of flavor. I'm not saying no.
What's
saying no?
One thing at a time. Baby steps. We can't go sprinting yet. No, you guys are doing so much already, and I didn't mean to put another obstacle in front of you. It was just more out of curiosity, kind of drawing into everything. But everything you've accomplished, I mean, you're building up so much. You got great flavors, great feedback from everyone who loves the product. So excited for the future. Tell us again, where can people find you guys online?
Website is cheers2icecream.com.
Excellent. And we'll have those available down in the show notes and the description, so you can have the direct links and spelling for those links. You can get directly connected. What are you guys looking forward to most in 2026? We're just about to wrap up 2025. Is it new products? Is it more states? Is it just kind of resting, relaxing, and appreciating everything you've done so far?
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned the more states, because that's exactly right. I am so excited to keep green lighting states as we push forward with selling online. I want to be able to ship boxes just as far as we can safely on dry ice, if anyone's wondering. And I really want this product to be able to show up on the doorsteps just all over the country. I want this to be the perfect Christmas gift for people. And then in the new year is when people celebrate the end of dry January in very fun ways, and Valentine's Day. I want them to be thinking about Crème de Liqueur for all the holidays.
Yeah,
excellent.
Absolutely. Just to echo that same thing, like really excited about our online shipping. I think the most fun part for Elizabeth and us continuing owning our point of sale basically with the online stuff is we get to create like curated collections for any reason. Because I said so box, we can do like
because I want to.
Sports related boxes, I think Oscar night boxes, other local partnerships. I think if anyone was listening here who would like to connect for perhaps a local partnership, we would love to hear ideas.
Yeah, obviously we partner with local distillers and food, but we didn't mention this, but we also partner with local food products. So like that espresso martini, we use Taza chocolate. There are really beautiful chocolates here out of Somerville, Massachusetts. We have some specialty flavors that are seasonal. We use like Simma's Bakery cheesecake and our spirited raspberry cheesecake. So we're looking for all types of partners, but also with our collection boxes, we have some partners who aren't in food at all that we just like to include for birthday boxes.
Yes, candles and koozies and party favors, and we can have a lot of fun with this.
Oh my goodness, both for the ideas that you can come up with, and if you ever asked your audience, your customers, what kind of box would you create if you could make your own box, that can give some great ideas into just the wacky craziness that they can come up with, and just kind of builds off of your fun, sexy, just the enjoyment vibe of a liquor-infused dessert. It's incredible. Thank you both for joining us and sharing your product and your knowledge and your wisdom with us. The journey of entrepreneurship is a lot of fun. Like you said, obstacles and red tape. But as long as you're enjoying the journey, keep that positive, fun outlook, and you guys are going to do absolutely just fine and crush it.
As long as the frozen custards
absolutely. Thank you guys so much, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.